This is my amazing audience. I had been dreaming about this moment my entire life, but even more so the last 9.5 months. What will he look like? Will he have full and plump lips like mine? Will he have a very abnormal hairline like his father? Will he even like me, let alone love me? I was forced to be induced 15 days before my son's due date. There were some complications, so they had to get him out as soon as possible. I was in labor for 47 long hours. This was literally the worst time of my entire life, not only because of the agonizing pain ripping through my abdomen, but also because I was so close to being able to see my child for the very first time, and yet I felt like I couldn't get there. It's like when you're dreaming and you see something in the distance that you keep trying to get to. You walk and you walk. You start to run and even bolt, and your destination, it still stays far in the distance. All I could do was lay there on a surprisingly uncomfortable hospital bed in a gown that did not cover everything that it should have, and with wires and tubes sticking out what seemed like every inch of my body. And wait. By the time I finally felt like I should push, it only took a whopping 2 minutes to get him out. My son is definitely one for dramatic entrances. After those first 2 minutes went by, and I finally got to hear his first cry for the first time, it wasn't a painful cry. It wasn't a scary cry. It was music. It was a beautifully flowing tune saying, "Look, Mommy, I'm here. I'm finally here, Mommy." When they laid him on my chest for the very first time, my mind went numb while my heart burst with joy and love. His eyes had a dark ring around them, and there was a gray color surrounding his pupil. They pierced right through me, like he knew exactly what I was feeling, and that he felt it too. His hair was like silk as I ran my shaking, sweaty fingers through it. It was as dark as a black night with no stars in sight. His lips were puckered, with his bottom lip sticking out just a little bit more than his top lip, as he laid his bare skin on my chest. His perfectly round cheeks were the color of a pink soft rose, and they were as warm as a freshly tanned skin on a hot summer's day. His eyelashes were a dark midnight, and they stretched longer than the rays of sun to the earth. His perfect little monkey toes were a mile long, and his little tiny foot fit perfectly in the palm of my hand. This baby boy, my baby boy, was as beautiful as an angel soaring through the heavens. Do you remember when you were a child and you would have breath holding contests? You would get a group of friends together, you would take a huge breath and hold it as long as you possibly could. Your chest would start to hurt. You would start thinking, I can't do this. I can't do this. But I have to do this. When you finally give up and you get that big gust of air going through your lungs, the pain all goes away. The uncertainty goes away. You can finally breathe. The privilege of seeing your child for the very first time is like this exact same feeling. You can breathe for the first time in your entire life. Being able to look at my son every day is the most rewarding experience in the whole world. But nothing compares to that first day, the first day of his life, the first day of the rest of my life, the day that my son was born.